A landscape this resident cannot stand to look at anymore. In this part of the Atacama desert, just a few minutes' drive from the town of Alto Hospicio, illegal dumping has been growing massively. Mountains of waste as far as the eye can see.
Imagínate. Mira.
As you can see, there are a variety of objects, from clothes to plastic to tires.
Ropa.
The clothes thrown over there serve no purpose and only pollute.
This is one of the driest places in the world. That means waste decomposes very slowly and can remain intact for hundreds of years, especially textiles which are dumped in large quantities in the desert every day. Chile has specialized in importing second-hand clothes for decades.
You could say that it's like we're in a fashion boutique here. This one still has its spare button, if we ever need to change it.
These are mainly clothes produced and sold outside Chile. Many recognizable foreign brands can be found here, along with some surprises. This American Forest Rangers uniform, for example, or this waterproof meant for use by a New York subway worker.
What's terrible is that when the clothes are no longer useful, they just burn it. There's a lot of smoke. All of that damages the environment because they burn it all, even leather.
Piles of clothes are burned every day to get rid of unsaleable stock, a practice on the increase according to the authorities, who say they lack the means to run more effective controls. To better understand where all this clothing comes from, we're heading to the port of Iquique in the neighbouring town. Here, imports have barely been taxed since the 1970s. Last year, almost 130,000 tons of used clothing arrived from Europe, North America and Asia, mainly unsold items or charitable donations, all sorted in these warehouses according to quality.
The importers get rid of what cannot be resold through informal middlemen. So there's no traceability and we don't know where it's going. They in turn sort it out and throw what they're not interested in away into the desert.
More than half of the imported textiles end up in the desert. A large part of the region's economy depends on this system. The Alto Hospicio market, with its 1,000 stalls, sells bottom-of-the-range clothes, found in the desert or bought in 30-kilo bags from importers. It's a business this seller is proud of.
I work with Zara, with Mango, anything we can find. I've also got H&M, international brands which people here can't buy in the shops. This kind of dress is thrown away by European countries and the US, but here we can use them, and they sell.
In one of Chile's poorest towns, this clothes market is greatly appreciated. Here, customers can find all they want at unbeatable prices.
Look, New Balance. These shoes are normally expensive, but here they cost less than half that. How much do you pay for them in France? Here it's, what, $4, $5?
Despite these bargain prices, not all the clothes find buyers, and many end up back in the desert. The problem for Alto Hospicio's town council has been building for years, with clothing and textiles now scattered over more than 200 tips like this one. This local councillor says dealing with the waste would cost over 4 million euros a year.
It's a problem that goes beyond the municipality. It's a matter for the region and state.
The Chilean Ministry of the Environment has been drafting legislation to promote circular economies and make textile producers responsible for their waste, measures that are backed by the local council.
The law needs to define when a garment ceases to be a garment and becomes textile waste. And that, what is considered waste, doesn't enter the country. The rest can be imported, but there needs to be a recycling solution.
Industrial recycling projects that importers in the free zone say they're working on. In the meantime, local people have started getting involved, like this fashion designer who finds pieces in the desert and gives them a new lease of life.
The idea is to reuse as much as possible. There are clothes that are in good condition but out of fashion, so we bring them up to date. We transform and mix them. For this piece, I used 8 pairs of jeans. It allows us to make unique creations from unused, discarded items.
Angela Astradillo hopes to raise awareness of the excesses of fast fashion, which she believes is the source of the problem.
There are a lot of people on the other side of the world who ease their conscience by giving away clothes they no longer wear. But they don't really know what happens next, whether it goes to people in need or ends up in our deserts.
Around 100 billion items of clothing are manufactured around the world every year. In the last 20 years, production has doubled.